I would like to welcome you and our YouTube channel. So first we're going to introduce who we are. My name is Jenny and this is my husband JP, and together we're calling ourselves Jenny. We decided to have this channel for us to share our experiences in life, travels, lifestyle, and most especially our love story. So for our first vlog, we're going to share how our love story started. Every relationship we're experiencing, either as strangers, friends, family, lovers, and from strangers to lovers, is a journey for us to learn, grow, and love. To love our nature, environment, time, and ourselves. With our vlog, we would like to bring closer the magic of every journey and to give every story a voice. We hope that with our travel love vlog, you feel excited and eager to travel with us around the world and start a new chapter with us. So let's go!
Before Jay and I met, we wrote our story by ourselves, not knowing that universe is having bigger plans for us and giving us people to steadfast and open ourselves for Lord's perfect timing and to realize that with much faith, all wise will be fallen into place. During that time, I just focused on my studies, acknowledged people about the life of indigenous people on the continent of America, and competed on beauty pageants, while Jay does his heroic work and serves our nation, Philippines. During my semester break, 2018, I decided to take my opportunity to get to know the country of my mom and to discover my Asian descent. I traveled to beautiful places like Samal Island, Boracay, and Surigao. During my travel, I had much time to think about who I am and what I want. Since I was young, I prayed to Lord for blessing me with the love of my life. I had the agreement with Lord that once I met Him, I will feel the sparks. But many people doubted my faith and told me to lower my standards because sparks will be experienced only in fairy tales. But I knew that when I am patient enough and giving Lord and the universe the time to work on the best for me, He will be sent from above and give me the sparks I was patiently waiting and praying for. But time passed by and nothing changed. There, I realized that how can Lord bless me with the right one for me if I am not loving and loving the company of myself? So I told myself, after this journey, everything will change. I don't need a man who complete me. I just need Lord. I am already surrounded by my loving family and friends who cares and loves me, and that's what I really need. I told myself that once Lord will bless me with the right man, I will be thankful, and if not, I will be thankful as well, because Lord just wants the best for me. I even reached to the point that I set a timeline that after this travel, if I haven't met Him yet, then I will render myself to divine profession of vows. But suddenly, on March 15, 2018, everything changed. Underneath all stars, the moon and sun, Lord decided that my journey of growing into self-love, faith, and trust in Him was completed. Before we went to the Enchanted River, my family and I had a stopover at Tinoy An Falls, not knowing that Jay was there before me already. While he arrived at the falls and took a picture with a sign, I was still on my way to arrive. Arrived then, I don't know why, but I didn't want to take a picture with the same sign like Jay took a picture before. I preferred more to sit on the railing. Then, next to it, there was a short path to take a picture with the waterfalls at the background, not knowing that Jay took a picture on the same spot as well. I know that those positions where we stood are typical tourist photo spots, but still it was magical to know that we walked the same way just on different times during that morning. Before leaving the place, I just sat down and watched the fall, thinking of how the view up the fall is like and how much I would like to see it as well. I look straight to the fall while Jay is looking down the fall. And thanks to Jay, he went up and took some pictures for me now to see how beautiful natural view can be. Finally arrived at Hinatuan, I definitely needed to take a picture with the sign because I made it. Since 3 years, I wanted to go to the Enchanted River and see the mystical river with all his different colors and life. I actually wasn't allowed to go because it was too far from my mom's hometown, General Santos City, and quite dangerous because driving from the south to the north of Mindanao. I told my family that I need to go there and fulfill my wish, not knowing that it will be one of the biggest wishes in my life to become true. On that Wednesday morning, just in time, my aunties were kind and supported my wish. And like Lord and the universe made a way to bring me to the Enchanted River, they also made a way for Jay to arrive. Jay's travel story was about to stand or fall depending on the decisions of his company. They were a group of 5 and one of them got sick. They planned to cancel the last tourist spot because they wanted to travel and see the place together. But Lord sent his angel to enlighten the moment. Jay and his brotherly friend took the chance to go to the already very close Enchanted River. Arrived at the Enchanted River, I felt this kind of strange feeling I wasn't able to explain. If it was just this kind of excitement, being finally at the river, or if it is really the magic of the place I am feeling. However, I was very happy that my family and I were the only visitors during that time. So we enjoyed our stay alone. We swam, took some pictures and videos, and chatted and laughed. And then a group of visitors arrived as well at the Enchanted River. First thought, oh no, some people who are going to stare at me because I'm a foreigner. And then I looked closer and saw this man. Not knowing why, but I suddenly felt shy and turned around. There the feeling got stronger. The strange feeling I had with no explanation why and what it is. It feels like a magnetic field you can't escape. It pulls you back to the person. Maybe you know this feeling. You see someone and don't know why, but you can't do anything than to look at or even wants to talk with the person. And this is the feeling I had. I didn't know Jay during that time, but there was something inside me wanted to look where he is and want to be close to him. I admonished myself to think and feel normal again, and that it is maybe just the beauty and magic of the Enchanted River and the happy feeling that I finally visited the place. So my feelings and thoughts calmed down, but still in secret, I wanted to know this man and waited. Now, the moment is running out of time. My family called me to prepare now for leaving, and I called back and kindly approached them about to just stay and give me at least 10 minutes. And there I sent Lord my request. If he is the one, please give him the courage to talk with me. And Lord heard my prayer. While I was holding on the rope, Jay passed by swimming. His friend asked something and Jay answered, I think she's an American. I immediately turned around and asked him if he is talking about me. The funny thing is that I was the only one during that time, so of course he meant me. And there it began, our first conversation. We started talking about our travels and where I am coming from and what places I visited already, and the recommended tourist places by Jay. The 10 minutes ended and I needed to leave. While walking backwards to the stairs, Jay asked me for my number and I said I don't have. Then he asked me for my Facebook and I also refused. And then for my Instagram. And my answer? None. He looked at me with an unbelievable eyes that a young one living in the 21st century is not active on social media. I didn't felt well that he might think that I am lying. So I told him that if he likes to, he can find and message my parents and add them as his friends. I gave him the name of my mom and my dad. And my dad's name, just short, to tempt fate. The challenge for Jay was if he can find my parents, because regarding to my mom's Facebook, her account is this kind of secured that if you're not having common mutual friends, you can find, request, and add her. But Jay just typed in her name and found her directly. And then he needed to find my dad, which was quite harder, because the short version of his name I gave to Jay is represented almost 200 times. Thanks to Lord, Jay felt this kind of ambition to still search my dad to find me. Oh, just by the way, my parents aren't Facebook friends. That's why Jay really needed to bring up some efforts. And after checking every single person on Facebook, he then finally saw a picture posted by my dad with me on it. And then Jay finally completed all taskings I was asking for a sign like. Walking then to our car, I was really like, he seems nice, I hope he will find them. While waiting at the car, I saw Jay and his friend walking at the way going to a motorcycle, a habal-habal. I walked to him to say final goodbye. Jay asked me if we can have a picture together and I said okay. While preparing for the picture, Jay and I just stood next to each other like helpless. I felt light and comfortable, so I grabbed Jay's hand and embraced him half for a friendlier picture. I wanted to keep this picture as a nice remembrance for him, because I didn't expect it that we will chat and see each other again. And while touching his bag for the half embrace for the picture, I felt the sparks running from the tip of my fingers towards my body. It is not this kind of feelings everyone is saying like butterflies or something like that. It was really what I prayed for, a flux covered by sparks. on that moment I knew that He is the one for me. Even though our ways will be separated after this picture taking, I knew there is Lord and I can trust Him completely. After then, He holds His phone and wanted to show me the picture we took together. There I saw the picture of His son. One moment I felt sad because I thought that he is in a relationship with the mother, but didn't saw a woman on his screen. So I asked him if the little boy is his son. First, it seemed like he ignored my question because of fearing that our conversation will end right here. But I needed to know the truth, so I asked again. And with honesty and courage, Jay confirmed. After that, I directly said okay and gave Jay the sign to continue showing me the picture of a tourist spot to go while driving back to Jinsan. And then we said goodbye. I really felt longing to embrace Jay as my goodbye, but his backpack was on my way. After we separated, I really wasn't sure what to think and to feel. Something changed. And how can it be that I am feeling the sparks with a stranger whom I just know his name? And after those kind of questions, the worst part started. Sitting in the car, no internet, no cell phone, 8 hours ride to go before reaching home. I was so powerless because I couldn't do anything than just wait. I was sitting in the car and started to pray. I prayed to Lord, if He is the one and if He is true and sincere, please let Him find my parents to finally find me. Worst scenario happened. My agony was prolonged. Our driver got tired and asked if we can have an overnight in Davao City. So during that time, Lord was testing me to stay patient. Honestly, how to stay patient if you're excited to know the answer, if He found your parents or not? No other choice, patient and waiting. The next day, we arrived at home almost evening. I ran inside the house and asked for a computer to use. And what was Lord's answer through my aunt's mouth? Have your dinner first and then the computer. I am a good child, so I did eat my dinner. Yes, but I ate it very quick. Hashtag smart child here. I opened the account of my mom and there I saw a message of a stranger. He is using a different name than he used while he introduced himself. I was curious. There our story started, and every wise in our lives fell into place, and Lord prepared us to be ready for His greatest blessing, which is called true, destined, and God-given love. Since then, we are messaging each other every day, updating one another all the time, to give and to be a part of one another's daily routine and especially to be a part of our life together. We are calling by phone every day at least once to see and to hear each other. I am very thankful because within the 2 years, we are in a relationship and communicating. Jay is calling and messaging me always. And in terms of his work, if he is not able to call me because of being on a mission and not having signal, he is still sending me messages and voice memos. We are including one another in our lives because Lord knows that we are strong, brave, and faithful to show the world that if you love and respect each other and giving understanding and support with an honest heart, No time zone will separate your style of living together, and no distance will be too far. And if you love the person you are blessed with for lifetime, nothing will stand in your way. Because every day you are choosing love, you are choosing victory. And once the emotional power meets the physical strength, together you are invincible.
At hindi ka lumayo nung ako yung sumusuko at nagbago ang mundo nung ako'y pinaglaban mo. At tumigil ang mundo nung ako'y pinili